Hi, it's Agosta. Welcome to Kabayala All Over the Body Stretch in Home Practice number 2. If you have a yoga block, go grab it because I think it could be useful in this practice today. If you don't have it, you'll be fine. So let's start. Come on all fours. And then bring the toes together and the knees wide apart for child's pose. So we're going to start in child's pose, looking for that nice spine stretch, extending the arms forward. Now in this pose we keep the body still active, no, because most of people think that child's pose is a resting pose. It is not. It is an active pose where we keep the arms stretched and we're trying to lengthen in through the spine by bringing the weight of the body towards the hips. So we're trying to sit on our heels and drawing the chest down by spreading through the collarbones, bringing the abdomen in and spreading the fingers so we have a lot of surface in the hands to press more. And right here we just go inward for a couple breaths. Inhaling in through the nose and out through the mouth. Last inhalation, inhale really deep. Hold it for a moment and then exhale through the mouth. And then slowly come back to all fours. Bring the knees under the hips. And then bring the hands forward. Opening the chest, bringing the chest down. You can bring the forehead into the mat. It's depending how tight are your shoulders, and see if you can spread those fingers so you can press with the knuckle of the fingers and the palms and stretch the arms to create a line between your fingers all the way to your sit bone, stretching through the spine and seeing that the knees are under the hips. And you can use a block to place the head on top of the block if you cannot reach the ground with the head. Stretch the arms, elbows in, we're pressing with the hands, opening the chest. Last breath here, inhale really deep. Exhale through the mouth. And then very slowly we are coming back into the table pose. Going to stretch our wrists. So placing the weight of the body on the left hand first. We're going to take the fingers and turn the hand where the fingers of the right hand are pointing towards our knee. Don't place any weight on your right hand if you feel extremely tight, your forearm and the entire arm. So you'd see, it depends where you are. If this is enough, you just draw the palm of the hand towards the ground. If this is easy and you practice this often or you're okay with that part, you can place the other hand and do both at the same time. So placing the left fingers pointing towards the left knee. And if this is already easy to you, you can always take the weight of your body towards your heels, and then you're going to deepen the stretch in your forearms. Extending the fingers and drawing the knuckles of the fingers and the palms down. You're pressing down with everything and looking for that stretch in the forearm. And stay here just for a couple more breaths. If you did only one arm, make sure you switch arms. If you switch the arm, because you did one arm at a time, when you lift the hand, just let the arm for a moment to come into neutral position, for the wrist just to come to neutral by itself. And then you can place the palm down and switch and do the left. If you did both together, let's come out of this. So then bringing both hands forward, maybe bringing the weight back, just coming into our knees and lifting the hands. Give it a moment. No shaking, no, just moving, just relaxing it. Leave it alone for a moment. When you feel that it's all okay, reset. You can come back to all fours. Going to come into downward facing dog. So spreading with the fingers, placing the wrists under the shoulders and the knees under the hips. Curl your toes under. See that you're pressing with the entire hand, not just this wrist area, the entire hand. So pressing with the fingers a lot and the palm. Roll your toes under. Push with the hands, lift the sit bones up and take the weight of your body towards your heels. And here we just stretch, pressing with the hands, top of the shoulders away from the ears, abdomen comes in. Take that weight more towards the feet, towards the heels. We're trying to stretch the back of our legs, but mostly it's lengthening through the spine. We're stretching the back, opening the armpits, lifting the armpits actually, so we can feel the shoulder blades coming together. Stretching. See that the hands are pressing down, and then inhale, lift the right leg up and bend the right knee and do some nice big circles with the right leg. Couple circles one side and then the other way. Keep the arms stretched. Keep taking the weight of your body towards the left heel and then lower the right leg. Reset in downward facing dog and then left leg up. Extending first and then bending the left knee and drawing those big circles with the knee. First towards the left and then back towards the right. So we go both ways. Just crack my hip right there and then lower the left foot back into downward facing dog. Push the weight back, then inhale, lift the right leg and bring the right ankle towards the left hand for Pigeon Pose. Dropping the left knee down. Walk that left leg maybe a little back, and here if you have your block and you have your hips a little tight, you can use the block to place it under the right hip so it has some support if you need. And if this is easy for you, you can always bring the left foot towards the wrist to make it even more deep. And you can step up here or you can come down on your arms or all the way down. And take just a moment, allow them to stretch in the right hip. Just inhaling in through the nose and out through the mouth. Allowing that stretch just for a few more seconds. Couple more breaths. And then slowly come up, placing the hands, ready for downward facing dog, crawling the left toes under, and then lifting the right leg, coming in down dog, stretch with the back, pressing with the hands, and then lifting the left leg, and bringing the left ankle towards the right wrist, dropping the right knee down, the toes, the toenails are pressing to the ground, and then again we take that leg maybe back more, the right leg, whatever we need to look for that stretch. And again, if you need the support of the block, you can place it under your left hip. And stay up for a moment, allowing the stretch to happen. If you stay up like this, this is a real Pigeon Pose. The stretch actually deepens. If you come forward, it becomes a little less deep. So it's up to you. What stretch do you want? And we stay here. just for a few seconds. Inhaling in through the nose, out through the mouth. If you're here looking to bring in the shoulder blades in, we always try to don't curl forward. In any pose that we do in yoga, we practice, we always are aware of our shoulder blades and our back. So keep attention, paying attention to that. Just a few more seconds. Releasing those hips, allowing the stretch. Focusing that. Focusing what our hip is feeling. Last inhalation and exhalation. So inhale really deep. Exhale. And then we're coming out, crawling the toes under and pressing through the hands to bring the left leg to meet the right one in down dog. Stretch a lot. You can even do your dog wider so you can stretch even more the back, shoulder blades in, stretch those hamstrings, and then bend the legs, push the weight back. A little more, push the weight all the way back, keeping the heels up, keep the head aligned with the spine, and then walk your feet towards your hands. We are going to come into Prasarita Padottanasana. So take the feet wide apart, hold the widest as you can. I normally use my mat so I can place the back of the heels by the border of my mat, so then I can make sure that my heels are aligned in the same line all the way in the back of the mat. So we're here down, we see that the feet are parallel to each other. The toes are pointing forward. And we're just bringing the hands under the shoulders. And we stretch here for a moment, bringing the shoulder blades in and looking forward. Just a little bit ahead of us, towards the ground. We're working the stretching the legs by pressing into the outer and inner edges of the feet. And we're working in trying to keep the weight of our body on the center feet, so we are not going back towards the heels or coming too forward towards the toes. Bringing the shoulder blades in, chest is trying to reach down. Keep working and bringing that weight of the body towards the center heels. No. And working on extending those legs by engaging the quads. Pressing down with the right and the working in stretching the hamstrings by engaging the quads. Pressing down with the inner and outer edges of the feet and bringing the weight towards the center feet. Abdomen comes in, shoulder blades in, and we are going to look up. Inhale and then walk your hands to be aligned with your heels and bring the head down. For Prasarita Padottanasana, and we're going to stay here just for a few seconds. Continue revisiting the actions, taking the shoulders away from the ears, spreading through the fingers so we can press down with the fingers and the palms. The elbows are above the wrists. Engage still the quads to stretch those legs. You will feel the burn maybe in the side of your calf muscles and the hamstrings. So see that the weight is not all on the head or on your heels. You have to find the center of your body to spread the weight of your body properly by doing the actions that I was mentioning. Weight of the body towards the center heels, pressing down with the inner and outer edges of the feet, engaging the quads, abdomen comes in, shoulder blades are together, so we're lifting the shoulders away from the ears, and we're pressing with the hand, the entire hand, fingers and palms. Last breath here, inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth, and then slowly stretch the arms, and then bring the hands into your hips and extend forward and up. And then heel toe, 2 feet together into Tadasana. Just for a moment. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. We're going to stay here just for a moment. In Uttanasana, you can take the feet hip distance apart or keep the toes touching. And again, we look into bringing the weight of the body towards the center of the feet. We can just allow the gravity to help our head to go down slowly. And nice and easy, we can grab opposite elbows and just wait until our hamstrings stretch a little more. Keep bringing the weight towards the center feet. Don't fall into the trap of bringing the weight on the heels, which is easier, but it's not switching. It's not the best. Switching elbows. Maintain the kneecaps lifted by engaging the quads. Then allow the arms to come down. And we're going to bring the palms of the feet under our feet. And we're pressing into the palms of the hands, engaging the quads. Keep working those legs, those hamstrings. If this is not available, you can always use a strap and grab the strap to help yourself to come even more forward and down. And then if you feel like you can push yourself more, take the elbows out and reach with the crown of the head down, abdomen in. Keep breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Last breath. Press into the hands a lot, and then slowly remove one hand and then the other one. And then bring your hands into your hips. Keep the legs stretched and stretch forward and up. Good. We're going to come in Tadasana first. Big toes touching. And then arms up, inhale. Now hug your thumbs, and the action is going to be attempting to separate the arms away from each other. So we're pressing down with the feet, the heels, and the center feet, taking the top of the thighs back, abdomen in, top of the buttocks down, lifting through the chest, top of the shoulders come down, see? And then we are bringing the arms back by our ears, so the biceps are out by our ears, and then we try to separate the arms from each other. Go, go, go. Last breath. Keep taking those arms away from each other and release. So if you hug your right arm on top of the left one, now we're going to switch sides. So inhale, arms up. Hug now the opposite thumb, and again you'll feel a difference here. Maybe one of your shoulders feels more tight than the other one. Keep the chin parallel to the ground and continue the actions by lifting the kneecaps, abdomen in, weight towards the heels a little bit, top of the buttocks down, lifting the chest and pulling those arms away from each other. Remember, the shoulders need to go down. Keep working, taking those arms away from each other. One more breath, elbows in. Don't allow the bending of the arms. Last breath, and release. We're going to step feet wide apart for the goddess pose. take the feet a little out. You'll see how much you need to take them out by noticing when you bend the legs where your knees are. Your knees need to be aligned with your toes. So let's try. Inhale, exhale, bend the legs. So here, if I bend my legs and my knees are coming in and my feet are coming out, then I'm hurting my knees. So I have to align my toes with my knees. There. And then we're going to bring the prayer, hands in prayer. And then we allow gravity again to help us in the pose. So we are maybe sinking down a little bit and allowing that stretch in the inner groins and the hips. Inhale and exhale, always in a way where you feel that you are helping with your breathing, the relaxation of the muscles. Breathing in, inhale through the nose and out through the mouth. And then pushing with the legs, extend the legs, feet parallel, walk feet together just for a moment. We are going to practice Malasana next. So now again we take the feet a little bit wide apart, but not so much. Take the feet out. Going to bring hands heart center, and we're going to bend the legs and start going down. So the idea in this pose, so it depends how much you need to separate your feet. You'll see the idea of this pose is to keep the heels down, so your hips are raising. Then you may have to walk your legs a little farther from each other, or if you are very flexible, you can bring those feet together even closer to each other. And then with your elbows, you're pushing those knees to open your hips. So I'm making those knees to go even more out. And I lift my chest and allow that stretch to occur once again by focusing the actions and in the breathing, and allowing the time that our body needs to actually stretch, which is at least 30 seconds. You'll notice maybe after a few seconds it becomes a little loosened, and then you can maybe push a little more with the arms to open the knees a little bit more. Last breath here. Inhale and exhale, and then we're going to come up by pressing with the feet and coming up into Tadasana. Take the feet wide apart. Feet are parallel, the same line. The heels are heel with heel aligned to each other. Going to take the left toes in, the right leg comes all the way out, coming to triangle pose. Extend your arms up to the sides of the body, align with your shoulders. Inhale and extend along the right leg. You have a block and you use a block for this pose. You can place the block in the outside of your right ankle. And then you can take the head back and look up towards your left fingers. In this pose, we're pressing down along with the outer edge of the left heel. We're pressing down with the right big toe mount so we can turn the hip, the right hip out. So we're turning the right leg from the hip, and we're pressing along with the left heel so we are keeping the stretch in the left side of the torso. Shoulder blades are in, top of the shoulders away from the ears. And we stretch, spreading through the collarbones. Make sure you're not dropping the weight of your body towards your right leg. Inhale, come up. And let's go towards the other side. Right toes in, left leg all the way out. Stretching the arms towards the sides. Inhale, exhale, stretch along the left leg and bring the left hand towards the left ankle. Once we are here, we can take the head back and turn to look the right fingertips. Repeating the actions of pressing down with the right outer heel, the left big toe man. We're turning the left leg towards the left, turning it out more, but pressing with the big toe man so we feel that stretch also in the left inner groin. We're also pressing down with the right outer heel to feel that stretch also on the right side of the torso. Shoulder blades in, shoulders away from the ears. Make sure you're not dropping the weight of your body towards the left leg, left ankle. And look up. One more breath here. And pull out with the right arm, come up, feet parallel, and take feet together. Next, we're going to step feet wide apart. See that you're wide enough, about 3 feet or so away. And then take your left toes in, right leg all the way out. Going to do Prasarita Padottanasana, so the Revolve Triangle. Here is when I like to use my block, and I put it in the inside of my right ankle. Then you extend your arms along the shoulders. We're going to inhale, exhale, and then we're bringing the left hand now, coming towards the right leg. So I am bringing my hand into my block. If you don't have a block, you can place your hand in the ground or even in your thigh if that works better for you. And then you're revolving. And this is a hard pose. We have to work in many muscles. We have to keep pressing down with the left outer heel. We gotta take the right hip back, little bit in and back. We're stretching the right leg. Both kneecaps are lifting, and then we're turning from the waist, lifting the right arm and trying to find that turn even more. You can also place the block in the outside or the hand, the outside of your right leg to turn. So it depends of you. You can even place the right hand into the hip, just looking for that turn in the waist, and pull up the left arm. We go towards the other side. Right toes now come in, left leg goes all the way out. Again, the block, place it where it works better for you. Extend the arms and inhale, revolve, bringing the left hand towards the right hand towards the left foot and looking for that turn. See what works for you. And look for that turn even more. See if you can turn, revolve the torso, turn from the waist. Keep the legs engaged, the legs are working. You take the left hip, this left hip is going towards back. Turning and turning. Last breath here, inhale. And then exhale, push your right hand, coming up. And feet together, Tadasana. Let's come to child's pose. Just for a second. Bringing the toes together, knees wide apart. And again, we look for that nice stretch in our spine. Get a couple breaths. Inhaling through the nose and out through the mouth. See if you can take the hips a little more towards the heels now, because we have been stretching, so maybe now we are a little more loosened. And then come into your buttocks first, and then make your way slowly to lay on your back. So bending the legs always, protecting your lower back, using your arms, slowly coming on your back. And then placing the arms by the sides of the body with the palms down Inhale and bring your legs towards the chest, knees towards the chest. We're going to do a couple abdominals. Inhale and extend the legs up. So the first thing with this is we try to take the legs 90 degrees. So we are extending the legs by engaging the thighs muscles, maybe reaching with the big toe man to stretch those legs a little more. The abdomen comes in. From here, this could be enough for some people. See that the top of the shoulders are down. Or we can challenge ourselves and bring the legs down a little bit. Just coming down, but see that the lower back stays on the ground. Maybe stop when you feel that your lower back is lifting, and then work again to stretch those legs. Engage the quads. And we can count maybe 1, 2, 3, and maybe you can even lower a little more. 1, 2, 3, and then come back where we came. So a little bit lower. 1, 2, 3, and then 90 degrees. 1, 2, stretch the legs. 3, and bend the legs. Give yourself a nice hug. Maybe now we can add the arms. So we're going to stretch the arms overhead. See that my thumbs are pointing towards the ground. So if your shoulders can rest totally, your arm rests totally on the ground, great. If not, you can do it this way. I have my shoulders are really tight, so I do it this way. Because my upper arms don't touch the ground. Then inhale, extend those legs up, 90 degrees. Now adding the arms is going to make it a little more challenging. So you see where you are and what works for you. And then extend the legs, and then lower it a little bit, maybe 60 degrees. Keep the abdomen in, but not gripping the abdomen. Even though this is an abdominal, we are focusing in taking the lower back down. Don't lift the back from the ground, and maybe we lower a little more. 1, 2, 3, extend the legs. Lift a little more now, 60 degrees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 90. I added the 4 there. 1, 2, 3, and bend the legs. You can hug your knees in, maybe rocking a little bit. We're going to do the last one more. Now we bring the arms back towards the side of the body again. I'm going to lift the legs, inhale up, and stretch the legs once again. Reach with the big toe man, stretch those legs. Engage these quads. Make them tight. And lower yourself, your legs. Lower the legs down, stretch the legs. 1, 2, 3, lower it more. 1, 2, 3, and let's challenge ourselves all the way down. 1, but not touching the ground. 2, 3, come up a little bit. 1, 2, 3, little bit. 1, 2, 3, 90 degrees. 1, 2, 3, and bend the legs. Nice hug. Exchanging the air, rocking again maybe a little bit. Let's grab our toes with the index and middle finger for happy baby. And keep changing the air that we have in our lungs, just to receive more energy and fresh air. Inhaling in through the nose and out through the mouth. Take those knees down, even a little more. Allow those hips to open, shoulders down, tailbone down. And then we're going to add right here, stretch the legs. So it depends every person, if you're able to do that, stretch those legs, but see that your hips are not lifting. So this is a nice stretch, but we try to keep the tailbone down. And be careful with your neck, relax the neck, make sure that the head is not pressing to lift the legs. The legs should be relaxed. This is leg and arm. The arm is being stretched, the shoulder is being stretched by the legs, and the legs are also being stretched by the arms. So they're working together to stretch. Maybe we can bring the legs closer to each other, see what happens. Keep the buttocks down, stretching those legs. Keep stretching, keep working and extending the legs. Stretching those legs and then release. Give yourself a nice hug. And rocking a little bit again, side to side. Bring the feet on the ground. Going to practice the bridge. Taking the right shoulders left shoulder right. See that you are trying to bring those shoulders under you and keep those feet the closest possible towards your buttocks and those shoulders a bit more. We're trying to place the biceps under us, and then we're going to inhale, lift the hips and bring the hands, interlacing the fingers, bringing the hands under our hips and lifting. So the arms are pressing down to help us to lift more. We keep the head aligned, looking up. Don't move the neck, don't look towards the sides, that's what I mean. And then we're drawing those knees towards each other. So we are pressing down with this inner side of the feet and lifting the buttocks. Lift those hips. Go, go, go. Lift, lift, lift. Keep lifting, keep pressing down with the hand to help your hips to lift. Go, go, go. And slowly lower your buttocks, removing the hands from under you. Take a moment. And we're going to do it one more time. So we do a better practice makes perfection. So right shoulder left, left shoulder right. Remember, you gotta press with the inner side of the feet so the knees are not moving out. They actually should be drawing towards each other. Like imagining that you have a ball, a beach ball between the knees and you're trying to squeeze it. And then we're going to inhale, lift the hips, placing the hands under your hips and taking those shoulders under you even more and lifting a little more. Press with the feet. Use your hands and your arms for leverage to lift the hips even more. Lift, lift, lift. Feel the glutes squeezing. Lift more. Last breath. Inhaling through the nose. Lift, 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 lift. Exhale. And lower yourself down. Nice. Going to cross the right leg on top of the left. And drawing those knees towards the left. The head comes towards the right. And we can use the left hand and place it on top of the right knee to help the twist a little more. The right arm is towards the side with the palm up. Keep the shoulders down and allow the stretch in the sides of your waist. Observing how that feels. And then we're coming back to center. Feet first parallel, and then we lift the left and cross the left leg towards the right, on top of the right. And then using the hand, maybe you can use the right hand to take the left knee down, looking towards the left. Left palm is up. Shoulders down, the head is towards the left, we'll relax the neck, Relaxing the shoulders and allowing that stretch in the left hip, left waist, and the back. Our upper torso is stretching nicely and softly. If you want to make it a little harder, a little deeper, if you want to make it a little deeper, you can take the left knee even down more, keeping the shoulders down, and then bring the feet back on the mat. Prepare for Savasana, turning the palms up, extending one leg at a time. Inhale really deep, you can close your eyes, and then exhale, release and let go completely. Trust that the floor is holding you, it's supporting you. There's absolutely no effort to be in this position. We just relax and focus back into the breathing. And every time that we exhale, we release more and let go more. And when we exhale entirely and completely, taking all the air out of our lungs. And then when we inhale slowly, and we bring that fresh air, that energy and peace inside us. You allow the air to slow down without forcing it. And then we're going to move the fingers a little bit and the toes. Maybe doing some circles one way or the other way. And then inhale, bring your arms overhead, looking for that nice morning stretch from the toes all the way to the fingers. Stretch. And then bring your arms to the sides of the body, bending one leg at a time. Movements should be slow and nice and relaxing. And we turn towards a side. We can use one arm as a little pillow. Allowing the relaxation. And when we're ready, we're pushing with the top hand to come up to seated position. Crossing the legs, bringing the hands center. Inhale and exhale. Namaste. Thank you for practicing with me today. I hope that you liked the class. If you did, don't forget to give me the thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel and click into the little bell so you are notified when there is new classes to practice with me. Have a great rest of the week.